Everybody, King J Smooth back with another episode of Ebony Empire Radio. I know it's been so long, man. I've been doing stuff, man. I've been doing a lot of stuff, man. Get down, baby. Miracle, get down from there. But, man, listen. I was going to hit y'all with this game today. Some real good game today. Because right now we doing the Big Motion Challenge. Big Motion 90-day challenge right now. You know, this season is Big Motion season. So it's Big Motion season 90-day challenge right now. You can understand what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. We're making big moves. Last year was Dynasty building season. And that's what I was doing. I was out building the Dynasty. But I should have came with the game and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to come with the game for Dynasty building season and the Big Motion season. You get what I'm saying? So, boom. This is what we're going to do today, right? It's day one. You know, February 1st. You know, I'm going to get y'all right. With Big Motion season and the 90-day challenge is about getting your money right up to the next level, getting your health up to the next level, getting your mind up to the next level, getting every aspect of your life up to the next level, man, and more. It'll surpass the next level because it's Big Motion season. Hold on real quick. Alright, we don't move, man. You know, we got this we try and hook everything up, though. You know what I'm saying? I think all this gonna go upstairs, though. But this is a little temporary location for right now. Alright, so Big Motion season, right? I feel shorter now. No, let me stop. But Big Motion season, get your money right? So, today's episode is going to be about investing in yourself. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Now, I'm going to start y'all off light, right? I'm going to say, this year you should invest $100,000 into your whole campaign, right? Now, if y'all want the full breakdown of how I'm doing things and what I'm looking at and stuff like that, comment below. Tell me y'all want the whole breakdown. But I'm gonna do an overview real quick, quick little synapse, and get y'all to where y'all gotta get y'all moving in the right direction, right? All right, peep gang. What you want to do is a challenge because you want to save money and put away money in order to invest in yourself. But as you saving in money, right, you're going to be spending the money also. Investing in yourself. You're going to be putting the money into what it's supposed to go into. Alright? So, the way that I'm doing it, and I suggest you do it, is the actual 100 envelope challenge. Right? But instead of doing one set of 100 envelopes, I'm doing 20 sets of 100 envelopes, right? So that's about 5 bands a piece into different categories. Like, for instance, one category is expense, the other is operations, the other is business, another is investment. You get what I'm saying? I actually got different categories, and then in them categories, like for investments, I have like multiple sets of envelopes for different investments. You get what I'm saying? So I can put 5 bands into those investments a piece. So like stack of envelopes for stacks of envelopes for like precious metals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get too deep into it right now. I'm just explaining to you how to go. Like 5 minutes into clothing, you're shopping, and then a separate 5 minutes into like jewelry and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And then like you like that, different sets and stacks and stuff like that. And you want to keep them separate. What I did was put them in like little bags, like little money bags and stuff like that, and I got my envelopes in the money bags and stuff, and I got the money bags labeled. That's how you're gonna do it, right? So you gotta figure out the categories that you want to invest in. Like I even got one for education. You know what I'm saying? Put 5 minutes into my education. So that's like books, school, also seminars, trainings, programs, things like that. 5 minutes into that. You get what I'm saying? So then you could expand your mind also. And if you do it the smart way, you could like order Kindle books. You could get books for free and things like that. Watch a lot of YouTube tutorials. Watch a lot of YouTube lectures and stuff like that. And cause you want your mind to grow and develop, and like broaden your horizons and get a whole bunch of education and knowledge about different things in order for you to apply in this game. With the business, you want to put the money into the business as you're growing it, but you want to develop a whole bunch of businesses also so you can do this. You get what I'm saying? You want to do a whole bunch of different stuff in order so you can do this. Because what if you're broke right now and you got $0? You understand like that? You want to get the money coming in. You want different avenues and streams of revenue coming in, and you want to build it so you could do this and you could invest this 100 bands. You get what I'm saying? You feel me? So by having messing with my camera. Hold on, guys. But like I was saying, you want to be able to make this 100 bands. Because in order to save 100 bands and utilize 100 bands, you gotta make 100 bands. And it's gonna be crazy. People gonna think you're insane. The way that you gotta do it. And the way that you're gonna do it. Like for me, right? Miracle, why you in the stove? Hold on, guys. So, the way you want to make this 100 bands is going to be crazy, stuff like that. But y'all seen me doing it before, and I was developing this habits and like developing this, I was developing this technique. You get what I'm saying? I was putting everything together and seeing how it could flow and things like that last year. And if you watch the vlogs and stuff like that, you see me talking about the GTA challenge and stuff like that, and doing all this stuff. Well, I was doing that challenge to do this, to be able to invest 100K into myself. You get what I'm saying? Into the glow up, into like doing bigger things and stuff like that, right? So like, if you put money aside for clothing and things like that, it's cool for you to use the money that you put aside for clothing on clothes, buying clothes and upgrading your wardrobe and stuff like that. And then as you go, you want to calculate, you want to keep track of how much you're spending, right? Because at the end of the year, you want to have put 100 bands into your game. So you want to keep track of how much you put into your long-term savings plan, how much you put into your short-term savings, how much you put in your operation, how much you got in your expenses. You get what I'm saying? You want to keep track of it, the flow and stuff like that. Now, if you want a full breakdown, comment below. Break it down, King. Break it down. Usually say break it down or break it down, King. So I could come back and I could like really give you a step-by-step of how this go. All right. I will give you a step-by-step how this go. All right. Now, peep. Now, if you go back and you look at the financial plan, our financial plans for survival, comfort, high middle class, rich, wealthy, you could get ideas of the categories you should have. Some categories that's good to have. You get what I'm saying? Like insurance. Like the insurances you need, things like that. Different. They'll give you a start. They'll give you a start. But like you said, like I said, I got clothing, jewelry, cars. Because with cars, you want to have the money to get a car, but not just that. You want to have money put aside for maintenance on that car, gas, stuff like that. Even though gas can be an expense, you get what I'm saying? Different stuff like that. So you just want to make sure you think right, think clearly about what you really, really want to do and what you really want your game to look like, what you want your campaign to look like, and execute it. You get what I'm saying? So what you really want your life to look like, what you really want it to be like. Like even you could put a category for traveling, things like that. So you can go take a trip. You get what I'm saying? If you peep it, right? So if you peep the vlogs, right, and you see and you actually pay attention to what I was doing and stuff like that, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll get it. And all right, boom. If you want a full breakdown, I'll break it down. All right. So ways you gonna make money, right? You just gonna make money. I don't care how you make the money, as long as it's legal. That's what you're gonna do. Boy, I was doing services, the same stuff I was doing. The business I already had, good for me. I already had clientele and businesses and stuff like that. But like even like donating blood and stuff like that. Um, plasma. Boy, I was returning bottles and stuff. I was fixing stuff. I was cutting grass. This is what we call crackhead mode, right? Cause you about to do anything you can to get some money, selling stuff, like reselling or just finding stuff to sell, creating businesses like merch and all that stuff, working, vlogging and stuff, or everything that could bring in $1. That's what I was doing. And when you do this, you get on ghost mode or like silent mode. Do not let nobody know how much money you making. Do not brag about it. Don't brag about you putting stuff aside or anything like that, because they get hungry and they get thirsty and they be looking at you like you a meal. Dead serious. And you're going to end up taking some of the money and like, because this is when your emotional intelligence take hold, especially during this challenge. If you're not used to doing nothing like this, your fear of what if this go wrong, your fear of, oh, I might miss out on this, or your fear of, because we're allocating money for us to be able to do certain things or have certain things in our life, things that we actually want. You get what I'm saying? We're allocating our dollars, and in business, we do the same thing. We set aside budgets for certain things. So in your life, you're running your regular life like a business. You're allocating funds, budgets for certain things. You get what I'm saying? So this is how we break down. And a lot of wealthy people do this. You just don't really hear it like this. You get what I'm saying? You just don't hear it like this because a lot of it is hidden behind different businesses. You get what I'm saying? So if I have a home, right, that's worth $1,000,000, I had that home under an LLC. That LLC is a business. So when I rent the home out to people to use, that money goes into that LLC. That money is used for maintenance, paying staff, and things like. You get what I'm saying? Now, what we're doing it is like on a small scale, but this big motion season, so we can do it as big as we want. But that's what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Now, different LLCs, because they do that for each. We do that for each different company. Allocate funds. This is accounting. You understand what I'm saying? So now you take accountability and you doing the accounting in your personal life. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna learn business skills. You're gonna learn bookkeeping skills, and you're gonna get flyer. You're gonna be on a whole different level, and it's just a different way of thinking. Instead of thinking like, oh, I only got this money in my pocket. After you start doing this, you're not living paycheck to paycheck no more, because all the money you get is gonna get allocated into certain accounts. And if you have to take care of something or something comes up, you could create a new account for that. You get what I'm saying? And then just shoot the money in there. The reason why I did it with the 100 envelope challenge, right, is because it's more fun that way for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I knocked off all my ones. Oh, I knocked off all my twos. Oh, big motion season. Oh, I'm knocking off all the threes. Oh snap, knocking off all my fours, all my fives. Or like, oh, I got big check this time. Oh, let me knock out all these hundreds. Let me knock out all these 99s. You get what I'm saying? We gamifying saving and gamifying elevating and uplifting our life. You get what I'm saying? And then like you checking it off, your envelopes off, like, all right, I did one, I did two, I did three, I did four. You get what I'm saying? In that account. But then when you take that money and you add up and you see how much money you actually got that you can spend, if you want to spend it at that time, you going to purchase the item or do what you gotta do or put the money into the savings or anything like that. I'll break it down to you. If you want me to, because you want to put your savings accounts in a savings account. You get what I'm saying? But it's certain types of savings accounts you can utilize where, like your short term, if you need it right then and there, you can get to it fast. But your long term, you ain't gonna need it, so you can put it into a different vehicle, different financial vehicles. You get what I'm saying? Stocks. Since you just starting out, you could use a small app platform, or you could use a big app platform, or you could get a stock broker if you want to start it like that, or you could actually create some type of entity in order to invest. You see, it depends on what level you at. Now this is game for everybody across the board. Now you could do this because if you change the envelopes from, like, you just add a zero, so it's a $1. Or I'm gonna put $10 into this envelope this day, or I'm gonna put, and it's only 90 days, right? That's the thing. That's what makes it crazier. It's a 90-day challenge, bruh. It's part of our 90-day challenge. So it's 100 envelopes, 20 sets of envelopes, 90 days. That's $100,000 in 90 days. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to push. And even if you don't succeed in the 90 days, just keep going, bruh. Just keep going, because you want to try to do it in 90 days, but you want the 100K for the year. So you like, yeah, I invested 100K in myself for this year. Or just add a zero. And then you doing 10, 20s. I knocked out all my 20s. All right, now I'm at 30s. Oh, I knocked out all my 30s. Oh, now I'm at 120 envelopes. Oh, now I got 220 envelopes. Plus you get what I'm saying? And then if you making money like that, and you big time like that, just start off with $100, like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, like that, and then put those in your bank accounts, separate accounts, separate bank accounts, separate accounts. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't want to group all the money together, because that's misappropriation of funds. Now let's start. But you don't want to allocate, or you want to allocate your funds. You don't want to group your funds. You get what I'm saying? So you know exactly how much is in that account, and you can keep track of it. You feel me? So then you spend $100,000 in clothes and stuff in a year, right? And everybody looking at you crazy, like, what is he doing? Da, 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 da. Not knowing that your money set aside the whole time already. You got money set aside the whole time making you money. You got money over here, you got money over there, you got money doing this, you got money doing that. And when you get to a certain level, or you want an accountant and you want a tax advisor. Accountant could be a tax advisor, a CPA. You get what I'm saying? But you want to make sure stuff is straight. Like a tax attorney also, things like that. that's when you on them big levels like that. I'm trying to tell you, all right? So, anyway, man, listen, man, do what you gotta do to make this money. Split your money like that. Invest 100K into yourself this year. You get what I'm saying? To your campaign, man. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this short and brief. If y'all want a full breakdown and y'all want that hour show, holla at me, man. But break it down, King. Or King, please break it down. Anything about breaking it down, break down the system. I'll break it down for you, alright? Holla at me. Anyway, family, King J Smooth with another episode of Ebony Empire Radio, the first episode of 2026. Alright? I don't know what season this is. I'm just gonna put 2026 episode 1. Alright? I'll holla at ya. Peace out, royal family.